Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're making what's considered to be the most iconic dish that hails from Spain, the famous potato omelette, Tortilla de Patatas. However, the version we're making today is going to contain some cheese that truly takes this to the next level of goodness. We're talking una tortilla de patatas con queso manchego. And let me tell you, this omelette is filled with layer upon layer of so many delicious flavors. It's made with just a handful of ingredients, and it truly is effortless to put together. Folks, this is the perfect omelet for breakfast, yet it's bold enough for an elegant dinner. Either way, make sure to serve it next to a crunchy baguette like they do in Spain for the ultimate dining experience. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. La Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients, like queso manchego, which we're going to be using in today's recipe, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes, among so many other great ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure you use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's just dive right into this. I'm going to heat a non-stick fry pan with a medium heat. The size of the pan that I'm using is 12 inches, which is 30 centimeters. And I'm going to add in half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 120 milliliters. You can use other oils here. It's just extra virgin is what's typically used in Spain, as it gives this omelet a beautiful lift of flavors. While the oil is heating, I'm going to cut 3 medium-sized potatoes, which is 1.5 pounds or 750 grams, that have already been peeled, washed, and patted dry. Each potato into small bite-sized pieces that are 1/4 inch thick, which is a little over half a centimeter. For this recipe, I'm using Yukon Golds, but you can use whatever potatoes you have on hand. And we'll finally chop 2 medium-sized onions. I'm just using your typical yellow onions here, but you can also use red onion or even sweet onions if you like. Then we'll add the onions into the hot fry pan. And we'll mix it around. That way it's all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I like to mix this around continuously. That way the onion evenly sautés. After 3 to 4 minutes, and the onions are lightly translucent, we'll add in the sliced potatoes. And we'll mix them around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And at this point, you don't have to mix this around continuously, but do get it every 3 to 4 minutes, that way everything evenly cooks. While the potatoes and onions are cooking, let's get the rest of our ingredients ready. I'm going to start by cracking 6 large eggs into a large bowl. For this recipe, I'm using cage-free organic eggs, but you can use whatever eggs you like. But like I always tell you, in recipes that are this simple, the higher the quality of the ingredients, the better the overall flavor. Then we'll add in 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, which is 8 grams. You can substitute this for 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, which is 1 gram. And season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a whisk until it's well mixed together. And we'll also cut some slices from a block of cheese that are 1/4 inch thick, which once again is a little over half a centimeter. I'm using a Spanish Manchego here that's been aged for 6 months, but you can use whatever type of Manchego you want or whatever cheese you have on hand. Okay, let's move back to our potatoes. After cooking them for 20 to 25 minutes and they're beautifully golden fried, they should be perfectly cooked through. You know, you can always pierce them with a toothpick just to ensure that they're done. At this point, I'm going to season them with sea salt and a little freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it one final mix. Then we'll remove the pan from the heat and transfer everything into the bowl with the whisked eggs. And you want to make sure to reserve any of the olive oil in the pan. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together, and then let it sit here for a few minutes. That way all the flavors can develop. In the meantime, I'm going to heat the same fry pan with a low-medium heat. Important to use a lower heat when you're cooking your omelette, otherwise it's going to brown too quickly on the outside and not fully cook in the inside. And if you see that you have too much olive oil left over in the pan, just take some of it out. And if you have none in there, just drizzle in about 1 tablespoon, which is 15 milliliters. After a couple minutes, we'll add in half of the potato and egg mixture. And make sure to spread it around, that way it coats the entire surface and it's in a flat layer. Then we'll add in our slices of Manchego cheese, and you want to make sure they're all in a single layer. And then we'll add in the remaining potato and egg mixture. And once again, make sure to spread it around, that way it's coating the entire surface and it's all in a flat layer. After 4 to 5 minutes, it's time to flip the omelet to cook the other side. And if you see that your eggs are sticking to the pan, you just run a spatula through the outer edges. To flip the omelet, it's very simple. Just use a plate that's slightly smaller than the pan, place it over the omelet, and in one swift move, flip the pan into the plate. Then we'll slide the omelet back into the pan and make sure to grab anything that's left over in that dish. And we'll push down on the omelet, and this is to ensure that all the ingredients are evenly distributed. And then using the back of a spatula, we'll start compacting the omelet from the outer edges towards the center. This is what gives it that classic rounded edge. And we're going to go for another 4 to 5 minutes here until the eggs are fully cooked through. Once the eggs are perfectly cooked through, once again about 5 minutes per side, this is ready to go. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat and slide it into a serving dish. Check it out, Tortilla de Patatas con Queso Manchego, Spanish potato and cheese omelet. Gorgeous presentation, easy to make, and all done in about 40 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. So I have a secret to share, or maybe I've said it in the past before, but Spanish potato omelet, Tortilla de Patatas, is my all-time favorite Spanish dish. So this I am so excited to try. Looks beautiful. Here we go. Oh, I spilled a little bit. Look at that. You know what? I'm going all the way. That is so good. The eggs and the potatoes, beautifully cooked, have that classic Spanish flavor. And then the queso manchego, taking this omelet to another level. You saw this so easy to make, the simplest ingredients. Serve for breakfast or either for dinner, and always next to a crunchy baguette, for the ultimate Spanish treat. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Jordan Force, Alan Sanchez, Kevin Moran, Lisa Larea, and Marco Steenbergen. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.